Hey guys, what's going on? I want to do an update on Vechain. Ticker for this is VET, and I'm currently on the weekly time frame. Before I get into it though, a couple things. Number one, if you're not subscribed and you want to get notified when I release these videos, just click subscribe, click the bell, click on all. If you don't do that and then you leave the channel, you might have a hard time finding it again because it's a new channel and there's not many subscribers. Therefore, I'm not really prioritized in the search algorithm. Also, if you want an exchange to trade Vechain and any of the other coins that I talk about, the one I'm using, I'll put a link to in both the pinned comment and the description. That's my current favorite exchange, and mainly because they don't require KYC. So yeah, that's a huge plus. Also, you may need a VPN to use it depending on your location. So I also put a link to a VPN, a promotion on one, in both the pinned comment and the description as well. Okay, Vechain, it's pretty straightforward here. So we had this massive impulse move all the way up. We corrected, massive correction, down from probably around 26 cents all the way down to 1 cent, 1.5 cents. So guys, another perfect example, you got to take profits on your altcoins because altcoins will have a period and then they'll just be absolute trash for the following 3 years, right? Just take your profits while you have that feeling of euphoria, get in, get out, and then move it to something that's going to hold value a little better and not routinely take 96% drops. Okay, so but in the process of this massive drop, we corrected in the form of a falling wedge, bullish pattern, and then we broke out of it. Now, if you want to trade Vechain, a couple levels that I recommend that you draw in your chart. Okay, number one, the most important level on the Vechain chart is this right here, this horizontal trend line, and it's also very important that you draw it on the weekly time frame, because if I change the time frame, go down to the daily, you're going to see the price cutting through it. It's the weekly time frame that, as you can see, holds the most significance. So where you put it, take the horizontal trend line tool and paste it right at the top of these two candle bodies here. And then if I scroll to the right, you'll see that look where the candle bodies are closing in relation to this line, okay? This entire time, the candle body would close above the line, but throughout that week, the price would come below it, but it's where the bodies close. So this was the level that the traders were looking at to hold here, right? So each one of these candles is a week of trading. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks it held here. We came back down to it. It held for another 5, 6 weeks right here. Right, the price would come down, but the candle body would close above it. So this is the level that the big money was looking at, okay? And then again, right here, you see the price came down to it, bounced off, came down to it. Exactly, the wick bounced right off of this line. And when we started closing candle bodies here below it, that was the big sign of weakness. And eventually we took a big tumble down. Now, where we are currently, okay, a couple of things I want to point out. See how we had this low, then we put in a lower low, right? So we had this double bottom, right? If I look to the oscillator, what you'll see is on the oscillator, we put in a low here. I'll give you a better look at it. So we put in a low, and then we put in a higher low, okay? So that's bullish divergence. And we saw the same thing on the stochastic. We had a low, then a slightly higher low. So price, low, lower low, oscillator, low, higher low, okay? Bullish divergence on the weekly time frame. So that to me, and basically to anybody else who analyzes the charts, is kind of giving you early warning that the trend might shift, okay? Now, after we put in the bullish divergence, we had a couple impulsive candles here, but we find ourselves back down almost to where we started, right? So this could maybe work out to be some sort of a triple bottom. But I'm not going to get excited about Vechain. I'm not looking to take any mid to long-term long positions until we break this down-sloping level of resistance, okay? This is what's holding us down right now. And until we break this level to the upside, I'm not enthusiastic about Vechain whatsoever. There are other coins that have more bullish charts, right, that have already broken through all these resistance levels. Vechain is lagging behind. Okay, so let's take a look at where we are right now, where the price is right now. So if I take a Fibonacci and I'm going to run it from this swing low up to the latest high here, and you'll see that we've retraced right down to the golden pocket, the 618, right? So it's a good sign that we're bouncing off this. We are getting a little bit of resistance where we are right now at the 50. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory trading, guys. Don't get excited about Vechain until this down-sloping diagonal resistance line breaks. If the price does break this, your next level is going to be right here. This was the support in this range, and then when we broke it, it flipped to a resistance. So if we're able to break this diagonal resistance, this is going to be the next zone, and that's around 0.01894. If the price starts breaking these levels, okay, then the next level I'm going to target is going to be right up here, probably this range right here. I would look to sell 0.02095, and then up to the wick of this high right here being 0.02125. If that breaks, then this is the line. This is the main horizontal line that I just mentioned, drawn on the weekly chart, and that's at 0.02216. Now, if the price just comes up here on the daily time frame, I don't care. What I want to see is a weekly candle close above this line. We come back up, we start closing weekly candles above here, then I think much higher prices, they're just on the horizon. But until then, we are still being suppressed. Vechain's lagging behind the other altcoins. There's better setups, there's better opportunities, unless this level breaks. So now I'm going to change the chart, and I'm going to look at Vechain on a smaller time frame. So right here, I have the hourly chart open, and here, I'll get rid of these indicators here. So we just had an impulsive move up on the positive news regarding the Bitcoin ETF and Grayscale with the lawsuit with the SEC. So that basically pumped the whole market. It's not VeChain specific, but this is a nice impulsive move to the upside. And now we're just retracing, which is to be expected. Okay. So to get these levels here, the potential targets for the retrace, again, I just took the Fibonacci tool, ran it from the bottom up to the top. And right now you'll see that we are at the 3A2 support level, the retracement level. And that is basically the lower region of these two wicks. So we could hold here and start heading back up. But would I personally want to take a long here? No, I'm not going to take this. Now, where would I consider taking a long? Well, I look for a deeper retrace, and I want to get in at a price that has confluence, not just a Fibonacci, but I also want confluence with the price, right? So here I'm going to take a horizontal line here. And then let's mark out. So the 3A2, if we look to the left, there's not much confluence with the price. But if I look at the 50, so look at the 50, this 50% Fibonacci retracement lines up with resistance right here, resistance here, 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 and here. So the 50% retracement to me is a more enticing entry point. Now, if you follow this channel, or basically you study TA at all, one of the first lessons you'll learn is that when you break resistance, especially a long-standing resistance like this, and then the price comes back down to it, you can anticipate it being a support, right? Now, a lot of buyers will likely step in to defend this 50%, and that's around 0.01618. So that's a level that I'm going to look to. If this breaks down, then let's see how the 618 lines up. So I'll take the horizontal trend line, and let's just extend that out to the left here. Yeah, you'll see the 618 was resistance here and resistance here. Ideally, I would like to see this 50% retracement hold. We start coming down here, it's a little more bearish. But also if we come down here to enter a short-term scalp on a long position, I think one of these two levels is going to at least be good for a bounce. If the 50 breaks down, then maybe you want to enter at the 618, place a stop loss just below. But my take profit target is only going to be up here at the 50, right? So pretty narrow scalp here. Whereas if this 50% holds, my upper range target is going to be probably all the way up at these highs. So let's say theoretically, if I was to enter a short-term long position, now remember I'm saying short-term I'm on the 1 hour time frame. Longer-term swing trades, I have no interest taking longs until again that diagonal resistance line is broken. But let's just say I'm able to enter a trade right here. So the price comes down, it starts forming a doji, and then I get like a bullish candle following it. Say if I enter at the close of the bullish candle and I place my stop loss right below this 50% Fibonacci level and this wick right here. And let's say I targeted the highs up here, or just shy of it. I'll front run the wick here. I could get a potential trade. I can get a risk reward ratio of 1 to 10. Risking 0.31% to potentially get 3.27% to the upside. And I could theoretically amplify that with a little bit of leverage on the exchange that I'm using. Again, linked in the pinned comment and the description. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing on Vechain. Short term, here are a couple potential support levels that you can take scalps to the long side if you want. Or maybe you want to short, up to you, but considering we just had this massive impulsive move, I would look to get in on the retrace and play the bounce off these levels personally. Now reverting back to the original chart here, long-term, daily time frame, weekly time frame. I'm not excited until this line breaks. Draw it on your chart, guys, and just watch it. If you start getting candle closes above it, this is your next level to target. And most important line on the entire chart is this horizontal line right here. And again, I have that drawn at around 0.02214. It's right at the top of these two candle bodies, okay? And yeah, just eyeball it, mark it out, and you'll see just how accurate this line is. And you know if we start closing weekly candles above here, that's your cue to start paying attention. Until then, I'm just going to personally focus on the other trade opportunities, on the charts that look more bullish. Anyway, guys, hopefully you found that helpful. If you did, drop a like. And if you want to get notified when I release new TA videos, just click subscribe, click the bell, click on all. And if you want a place to trade Vechain and all the other assets that I talk about, the link to the exchange I'm using is in both the pinned comment and the description. All right, guys, have a good evening. Take care. Bye.